Have you ever have you ever been told to do something that you absolutely do not want to do? Well, my name is Patrick Hagel, and I'm currently in the United States Army National Guard. So obviously I have. I'm here to talk to you about mandatory selective service. Mandatory selective service has been considered an option to increase the number of individuals to fill the positions that are needed. It is definitely not the best option that is out there. Mandatory selective service can have better benefits, better pay, basically making selective service more appealing. You can also simply write your congressperson, and by doing that, it will greatly lower the chances of mandatory selective service. Mandatory selective service would force citizens of the United States to do something that they would most likely not want to do. According to Encyclopedia.com, the Selective Service Act was signed in 1917. It was the first act that mandated men to serve in the military since the Civil War. Since then, the laws regarding selective service have changed many times. Currently, men are required to register for selective service, but are not required to serve unless called upon. First of all, making selective service jobs appealing so that more people would apply. If you have more people that apply for the selective service, then that reduces the chances of making it mandatory. You can do this by increasing the pay. Who doesn't want more money? I do. You can also increase the benefits for selective service. Being in the National Guard, I do not get the best benefits that are possibly out there. Active duty service members, they get full health care coverage, I do not. The more people that volunteer, there's a less chance of it being made mandatory. Students would be able to go to college if selective service is not made mandatory. High school students would lose their drive and ambition if they know that they have to go do something that they most likely would not want to do. And if you simply wrote your congressman, it would highly decrease the chances of selective service being made mandatory. According to a Gallup poll conducted in 2005, only 35% of Americans supported mandatory military training for their children. Who wants to send their children to the military? Having done this would open up the eyes to Congress and be able to see that mandatory selective service is bad. In conclusion, by making selective service positions more appealing, the number of volunteers would increase, and by writing your congressperson will decrease the likelihood that selective service would be made mandatory. So please, do not forget to write your Congress representative, and your count votes. Your vote counts. That was like chopped liver.